For my project, I'm talking about The Treasure of Sierra Madre. I found this film really interesting. I just wanted to analyze it a little bit for the project. Starting off with our characters, Dobbs. Dobbs is the first person we meet in the story. Dobbs is a very interesting character, as we see his greed, as we see greed have the worst effect on him in particular, to the point where he dies for it. We see Dobbs never overcomes his greed, just lets it destroy him. We see him betray his friends, become almost a villain to our co-protagonist. This he kills. He attempts to murder his closest ally. We can see how much greed affects him in particular. And I think it's interesting because we look at a character like Curtin, and in comparison, we can see how the two are almost a contrast of each other, where both are affected by greed, and we can see that, but where Curtin shows that he is better than that, we see Dobbs simply could not withstand the pressure, and he just turns into a monster, right? He's paranoid, he's constantly plotting against his allies. It's just a mess. um, we see that where Curtin has plans and more of a clear path for his future, we see Dobbs is more um, set on spending his wealth on more short-term pleasures than anything. We see that even though Curtin has his suspicions and he gets a little paranoid, he still trusts his partners for the most part. Okay, so the theme of this movie is obviously greed and its effects, an exploration of its effects on people. And what I like about this movie is that it's not just straight up greed corrupts absolutely. Like, wealth will make you evil, right? It's different than that because we can see in our characters only one of them is destroyed by it. Only one of them is corrupted truly. I think it's interesting to show it as more of a spectrum where good people will be good people no matter what, even if in the face of losing wealth, they will still hold their moral ground, I guess. Um, and we can see that greed can corrupt, right? Obviously with Dobbs, as I just talked about, where he loses everything because he can't lose anything, right? He wants it all, but in doing that, he dooms himself. He becomes a monster, and we can see but with a character like the old man or Kurt, we can see that they just don't want to hurt people. Like, they will hold up their end of the bargain. They do better. They just do better. they still help people in the face of losing something. Anyway, that's what I have to say.